What's up, Gunpla modelers? This is Strider Prime bringing you a new edition of Gundam Customs, and today I am going to build this. The 144 scale, real grade, 00 riser from the 00 Gundam animated series. This is the new real grade kit that came out last month, which I picked up at Gundam Planet, at my friends at Gundam Planet, and wow, this is a beautiful, beautiful model kit. I love the blue and the white combination. Of course, a little bit of green, red here and there, and yellow. And it's pretty much an overpowered mobile suit, to say the least. I remember when when second season kicked in, and we all remembered the 00 Gundam, and we thought, wow, how awesome it is! It has 2 GN drives. But then, lo and behold, the O riser comes along, and then you merge the O riser with the 00 Gundam, and you turn it into the 00 riser. It's like, wow. Don't know where to begin with this. I don't know if it was cool or not, but it looked cool, really cool. So I was very impressed with this kit or actually with the mobile suit when it first came out in the series. I've already built this kit twice already. I've built the high grade version, which was the Trans Am version, for those of you who don't remember, and I painted the master grade version, which, suffice to say, didn't turn out the way I wanted. White came out okay, the blue alright, but for some odd reason the kit would not feel perfectly when you try to put it together. And I always regretted the build of that, because I feel like I never fully completed it. But oh yeah, and then I had that problem where I was losing parts left and right. That was a massive amount of parts for that 00 riser. But I'm hoping to redeem myself with the real grade, and I want to give it a little bit more detail, a little bit more painting detail. Of course, this will be this will be painted, and we'll discuss about the painting portion of this soon enough. So let's discuss this. Here it is. The kit looks like. Here's the inner frame, unique, of course. Here's the O riser, and it's all the detail features. This kit will come with for those of you who wish, you can actually put on the GN condensers based off the movie. I see some very interesting detail parts here and there. Obviously, even though this thing has stickers, I will be using the stickers that goes under the plastic for around the knees and the elbows and joints like that, because I'm not gonna paint the actual detail of that. Oh yeah, somebody will probably say, why not just contact Samuel Decals? But you know what, this we can get away with. Here it is, of course, what the kit looks like in action with its GN Sword 3. And this sword, I like this one as well, the GN blades, which also are beam weaponry. Yeah, and I've been hearing a lot of comparison that the detail in this is almost on par with the perfect grade, a kit that I will never get. Don't even ask me for me to get the perfect grade now. This kit retailed at 3,000 yen, so I can imagine a lot of people were getting their hands on this when it came out. And obviously we'll be seeing both the Trans Am version, the clear version, the metallic version, through whatever type of events or expos that comes out. So let's look at the contents of this kit. I haven't built a real grade in more than a year. As a matter of fact, I believe the last real grade I made was Strike Freedom, and that was by the way, my Strike Freedom build. What's wrong with you guys? You really like that video? It's killing. It's one of my highest rated Gundam videos to date. I was like, wow. I got a bonus card from Gundam Planet. I haven't figured this out yet. Oh yeah, it's right there. But alright, cool. Put that to the side. Alright, so the first tree, the A plate, I see the A plate around here. Oh, actually you see the inner frame. There's the legs, I believe that could be the, oh, that's the arms. Can't tell what those are, but everything else could be the inner frame, the hands and things like that. And then of course the A plate, we'll see the blades, the yellow parts here, clear green here, some white parts here. Obviously there's going to be a two-tone color here. We have the red parts, very few red, beam weaponry, beam effects, of course. This is the canopy for the for the O-riser, and I see the red part for the crest on the forehead. Put this to the side. And then we have the regular white parts, and I see the metallic decals, which has the engraving there. Obviously the ones that goes internally will be put on decals, and one externally will not put on. We'll figure that out soon enough. Good detail there. There's the head, V-fin, mouth guard right up there. And then we have some inner frame parts that goes over the, well, even though that inner frame is the inner frame, this goes over the inner frame itself to give it more bulkiness, I guess. Yeah, pretty good. I see portions of the build where it builds the inner for the GN drives, or for the O-riser. Yeah. So here we have the actual frame of the O-riser itself, bottom and lower hull, fuselage. I mean, I see some extra hands if you don't want to use the custom hands that comes with it, and mind you, if I do build the inner frame and paint it, I'd rather use these hands because those hands are more delicate for me to paint because they fall apart. So I'd rather use these hands, which are a lot more sturdier and stronger. And we have all the blue parts. I see some dust here on this part. I wonder why is that? Oh wow, there's a lot of scarring there. We'll figure that out soon. Yeah, I'll show it to you guys later. More inner frame parts and more white parts. I have to review something here. Yeah, the white tone is fine for this. And the white tone is fine for that. But this is an off-tone color. You can actually see it. Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. You know what? I have an idea. Painting ideas coming along. Alright, let me rearrange this table and we'll look at the manual. Okay, so for the manual and paperwork, we have the promo of the RX-7882 Gundam, the Revive version, which has been shown at the recent hobby show, and also the gun cannon for those of you who are fans of the gun cannon. So that's kind of cool. So that's in the box. Now this guy. What do we have to deal with here? Assembly of the inner frame is shown here, and how to remove parts intricately. Here's the part list right here. Obviously, we're using everything except for one. Oh, interesting. The actual ABS for the B plate, part number 4, will be omitted. I wonder if that came from the Exia. I never built the Exia. But other than that, I don't see no other parts you're not going to use. Here's the the O-riser and the double O-riser already assembled right there. And then of course we have the assembly of the legs, both left and right, and the body unit, and the arms. I kind of like the color, showing off the color of the parts. So you have the arm assembly there. shoulders. Then the head, the signature head. Then you have the backpack, which has the GN drives. Obviously, you're not going to be putting on LEDs on this because of how small it is. So, and then of course you can set it up in the way where you can put the GN drives forward. Then you have the weapons, like the GN sword. Actually, it's not the GN sword 2, and then those little weird shield type things. Then the assembly of the hands, beam saber assembly, or how to place the weapon. Then you have how to put both swords together and to make one big Darth Maul sword. How do you put the two blades together and turn into one shield? This is all for 00 Riser. I mean, excuse me, for O Riser, not 00 Riser. O Riser. Then the next page would probably go into the O Riser itself. So you have the fuselage right there, the little side wings, which of course once it's assembled it forms the O Riser itself. Then you have the GN Sword 3, which I kind of like better than the GN Sword 2. And then the last page should show you how to assemble the O Riser and the and 00 Gundam to make the 00 Riser, which supposedly, as I see here, is very easy and simple. And then of course here is where you put all the decals on to make this kit unique. Now then, let's talk about painting.